If you've been double dipping those Chase Edit hotel credits, I've got news. And it's not the fun kind. It's Sunday, August 16th, and this is Points Wire. I'm Alex, that's Sam, and we're going through the week's points and travel moves so you don't have to. So the top story, a data point on RS Chase Sapphire, says Chase Travel has quietly shut down the back-to-back trick on the Edit. Quick refresher. The Edit is Chase's collection of luxury hotels, and booking one gets you a $250 property credit on qualifying stays. The move some folks were running was to book 2 consecutive stays at the same hotels, check out and check back in on paper, and trigger that credit twice. The report says that no longer works. 1 property, 1 credit per stay window now.
And I want to flag, this is one person's report so far, not a policy page Chase has published, but it lines up with the direction of travel. Chase has been tightening the Edit all summer. We covered the property credit rules a couple weeks back. So I'd treat the double dip as dead and be pleasantly surprised if it isn't. The honest read, the Edit credit is still real money if you were already booking that hotel. It was never worth booking a stay you didn't want just to farm a second credit.
Right. The credit's a discount, not a paycheck. If the luxury property was already the plan, you're still getting $250 off. Nothing about that changed.
And separately, there is a nice stacking data point floating around. Someone paired a $250 Edit credit with a $250 IHG credit and a price match and came out something like $400 ahead on one stay. That's the version of Edit optimizing that actually holds up, stacking credits you already have, not gaming the same one twice.
Okay, second story. And this one's a win for CSR holders. Over on RS Chase Sapphire Reserve, there's a thread literally titled, "The Priority Pass Change is Working." Chase tightened up guest access and lounge eligibility a while back, and people were nervous it'd feel like a downgrade. Instead, the reports coming in from Las Vegas and Boston say the lounges are noticeably less crowded. Shorter waits, actual open seats.
This is the rare nerf that helps the people who kept the benefit. A lounge you can't get into isn't a benefit. It's a logo on a card. So fewer guests walking in means the card holder who's actually flying that day gets a seat. I'll take it. Multiple airports reporting the same thing, so this one isn't a fluke. It's the design working as intended.
Third, a small trim to know about. Doctor of Credit reported Uber One is dropping its ride credit from 6% back to 5%. The softener is they're letting you add an additional member to your Uber One for free.
So who does this actually hurt? Almost nobody, honestly. 1% on your Uber rides is pennies unless you're commuting by Uber daily. And a lot of CSR and Amex Platinum folks are getting Uber credits through their card anyway. The free extra member is genuinely useful if you share rides or eats with a partner. That's real value. I'd call this a wash for most people, mildly positive if you'll use the second membership.
Story 4, a retention data point. Someone on R Chase Sapphire got offered $100 to stick around. And here's the interesting part. It popped up about 2.5 months before their renewal. Not right at the deadline.
$100 against an $800-ish annual fee is not a save the relationship offer. Let's be clear. But the timing's the takeaway. If you're thinking about downgrading or leaving, it's worth calling retention earlier than you'd assume. One report doesn't mean everyone gets it. Offers are targeted and depend on your spend. But there's no harm in asking. In worst case, they say no.
Fifth, and file this one under Read Your Coverage. There's a rough story on our credit cards. Someone rented what turned out to be an expensive vehicle, and when they went to claim on their card's rental protection, they found out the coverage excludes cars over a certain value. Reports put that line around $75,000 MSRP.
And this catches people because you don't always know the sticker price of the car they hand you. Most premium card rental CDW, including the Sapphire Reserves, carves out exotic and high-value vehicles, luxury SUVs, sports cars, sometimes even certain full-size trucks. So if the counter offers you a free upgrade to something fancy, that upgrade can quietly void your coverage. The move is to decline the flashy upgrade or check the exclusions before you drive off. It's the fine print that bites hardest exactly when you have a claim.
Quick radar before we go. Doctor of Credit flagged an Amex offer for $250 back when you spend $2,000 or more on Delta through Amex Travel. Worth a look if Delta's your airline. And the U.S. Bank transferable points saga rolls on. Both Frequent Miler and 1 Mile at a Time poked at it in their weekend reviews. And the transfer partners are still more mystery than Sweet Spot. We'll keep watching.
All right, if today saved you from voiding a rental claim or chasing a dead double dip, send this show to the friend who's always the one booking everyone's flights. They'll thank you eventually.
This show is for information and entertainment, not financial advice. Terms change fast, so verify everything before you act on it. Links to every source are in the show notes. We'll see you tomorrow.